This is the Roulette Master, and I have a very special video for you today. This is for Carol Tucker, one of my very active subscribers, and everyone else that has sent me the question of what do you do when you have $25 table minimum bets, and how do you deal with that? So today we're going to look into that. I'm going to show you a bunch of different ways that you can win money when the minimum bet is high. And let's go ahead and get started. And the first one here, we're going to start with $60, and we're going to have $60 on the last color that hit, which is red. Let's go ahead and spin, and make sure you stick around for the whole video. I'm going to have a bunch of different ways to play, starting at higher increments. Okay, so that's a $60 win right out of the gate, and with this system, when you win, you go back one. That's why we're starting at 60 instead of 25, and I'll explain that in a minute. So we're going to go back one $10 unit to 50, and we'll still be on red. Okay, let's go ahead and spin. I'm also going to explain to you how the second system I show you today is a little bit different, and how that can work for you as well. And that's a loss at 50. We're going to go back to 60 where we started, and we'll still be on red because it was the last color to hit. You can see even though that we're actually up 10, even though we won one, lost one. So that shows you right there we're on the right track, and that's a loss. So we're going to go from 60 back to 50. We'll switch to black, and you can see temporarily we're down 50, but let's see what we get here. Okay, that's a black 20. And that's a win at 50. So we're going to go back up one $10 unit to 60, and we'll be on black again. Follow the winner on color, and let's see if we can get a win here. Okay, that's a 23 red, and that's a loss. So we'll go up a unit from 60 to 70, and we'll be on red. And let's spin. And this is going to be a $1,000 bankroll system. You can also use this system with $5 units, and there's a win at 70, so we're going to go back one to 60, and we'll still be on red, and we're up 10 right now. Let's go ahead and spin. And so you could also do this with $5 bets with a $500 bankroll, but instead of starting at $60, you would start at $30. So there's a loss at 60. We're going to go back up to 70, and we'll be on black. We're currently minus 50, but that's okay. This is a system that you wait till you get up and then cash out, and that's a 33 black. That's a win at 70, so we go back one to 60. You can see we're up 20 now, and we'll be $60 on black, and here we go. All right, and that's a 24 black. That's a win. So we go from 60 back to 50, and we'll be on black. And now you're realizing why we don't start at 25 or anywhere around there, because we need room to work our way down if we lose right away. And I'll explain more about that in a second. But this is a $50 win, or a $50 bet on black, and that's a 21 red. So that's a loss. So we'll go up a unit from 50 to 60 and switch to red. We're up 30 right now. And if you use this one up, one down system and start at the bottom, it doesn't work. And I'll explain more to you why that is here in a second. That's a win at $60, so we're going to go back to 50, and we'll be on red, follow the winner. We're up $90 now. And so if you use this one up, one down system and you start at the bottom, which would be the table minimum, say it's $25 or whatever it is at your casino, and let's place our next $40 bet on red. And you notice how we're lower than where we started. If we had started at the table minimum, we couldn't have gone down when we got wins. And that's really important when you're playing one up, one down. So that's a loss at 40. We go back to 50, one up, and we're up $100. And if we had, like I said, if we had started at the bottom, say it's a $25 minimum table, then when we got wins, we would have stayed at that level, and we wouldn't be in as much profit as we are right now. So let's look at that again there. That was a $50 bet. We lost, so we go back up to 60. And let's go ahead and spin, but we need to switch to red now. And let's go ahead and spin with 60 on red. And I'm going to show you a bunch of other ways to do this as well, so make sure you hang in there for the whole video. This is going to be a great one. And we lost at 60, so we'll go to 70. We'll be on red because that's the last color that hit. Then we'll check our balance again here. We're going one up, one down, but again, we start at 60 with a $1,000 bankroll, $10 units. There's a win at 70, so we'll go back to 60 and we'll be on red. And we're back up $60, and here we go. And let's see what we get here. That's a 29 black. And that's a loss at 60, so we'll go back up to 70 and switch to black. And you can tell that the profit is cycling up and down. And when you get up a lot, you want to cash out. So that's a 12 red. And that's a loss at 70. So we're going to go up to 80 and we'll be on red. Again, this is a $1,000 bankroll system, what we're doing starting out here. But I'm going to show you some different ones with different bankrolls coming up. Here's an $80 bet on red. And that's a loss. That's a 6 black. Okay, so we'll go to 90 and we'll be back on black. Let's go ahead and spin again here. This is why you have a $1,000 bankroll with this one. And there's a win with a 24 black. So we're going to go from 90 to 80. And we're minus 60 right now. Let's see if we can get a win on black here. And that's a 25 red. That's a loss. So we're going to go from 80 to 90 and switch to red. And this is a system that you have to play for a little while, get up, and then take your money and leave. And here we go. Let's see what we get. That's a 30 red. That's a win at 90, so we'll go back 1 to 80, and we'll still be on red. And if we win this one, we'll be back in profit again. Let's see if we can get a win here. That's a loss. That's a 29 black. So we'll go from 80 to 90 and switch to black. And let's go ahead and spin. Let's see if we can get some color streaks going here. And that's a 1 red. And that's worst case scenario is a lot of choppiness, but that's okay. We're going to go from 90 to 100, and we'll be back on red. We're minus 220, but we still have almost $800 left in the bankroll, so we're good there. We just need to get a color streak going, and that's a 7 red. So that's a nice win at 100. We'll drop back 1 to 90, and we'll be on red. Let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. Okay, that's a loss. That's a 20 black. So we're going to go up 1 from 90 to 100, and we'll be on black. We're minus 210 currently, but let's keep playing here, and once we get up, we'll cash out, and then I'm going to show you some other systems that you can use that are very effective as well. So we lost at 100, so we'll be at 110 now, and let me clear the black off. There we go, 110 on red, and let's spin, and let's see if we can get a color streak going here. And we got an 18 red. That's a good start. So we'll go from 110 back to 100. And let's go ahead and spin here. See if we can get that color streak going. And that's another one. That's a 30 red. So we'll go from 100 back to 90. And let's go ahead and spin here. Okay, and that's a 22 black. That's a loss, so we'll go back up to 100 on black. Okay, we're minus 190 currently, but that's because we started out rough, but that's okay. We got to be patient, and we have our bankroll. Let's be patient until we get up again. There's a win at 100. We're minus 90 total, so we'll be have a $90 bet on black now, and here we go. And that's a loss. That's a 9 red, getting a little choppy again. And we'll go back to 100 on red. All right, let's go ahead and spin. And we just got to be patient till it turns our way. And that's a 3 red. Eventually, we're going to go on a color run here. And there's a win at 100, so we'll be back at 90. And we're on red. We're minus $80. If we get this one, we're back in profit again. So let's see if we can do that. That's a loss. That's a 28 black. So we'll go back to 100. We just got to be patient. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. And let's see what we get here. It's an 8 black. That's a win. So we'll go back to 90 and we'll be on black. And again, if we get a win here, we'll be back in profit again. And that's a 23 red, so not quite yet. So we'll go back to 100 and we'll be on red. And let's go ahead and spin and see if we can get a red number here. And we did not. That's a 28 black. So we'll go up to 110. There we go. Let's spin. And here we go. That's a 10 black. And that's a win. So we'll drop back to 100 on black. And we're minus 150. But once we get a color string going here, we'll be just fine. And then I'll show you these other methods that you'll need to know. And that's a 7 red. That's a loss, so we'll go to 110. Now we'll be on red again, and let's spin. And going to have a lot of tools in your toolbox after this one so that you can play places with really high starting bet minimums. And we're going to go back to 100 now after that win, and we'll be on red. All right, let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. And there we go, we got a 12 red. Eventually, if you wait long enough, you're going to get a color streak. And we're going to be on red for 90 now. Let's go ahead and spin again. See if we can get a streak of reds going. And we have a 21 red. Fantastic. So we're up again. We're going to go from 90 to 80. And we'll be on red. And here we go. That's a loss, though, at 29 black. So we'll go back up to 90 and we'll be on black. But again, this doesn't work if you start at the minimum bet, because when you get your wins, you won't be able to go down in the progression. And that's a loss at 90, so we'll go to 100 and we'll be on red. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. Just being patient, waiting for our chance to cash out ahead, but right now we've got a few bad numbers headed our way. So we'll go back up to 110, and we're on red, and let's get a color streak going again. And that's a 30 red. That's a good one. So we'll go from 110 back to 100. Still on red. We're minus 110. And let's see if we can get a red color run going. All right, that's a 19 red. That's what we want to see. So we'll go back to 90 now on red. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. Okay, it's a 26 black. That's a loss. So we'll go back up to 100 and switch to black. And if you're patient, you'll eventually get a long color streak and cash out with a lot of money with this one. But we'll have another one coming up here, and then I'll show you a few other systems as well. And that's a loss at 100. So we're going to be at 110 on red. And we're minus 200 right now. Let's go ahead and spin and see what we get here. That's a win. That's a 34 red. Okay, so we'll drop back to 100 on red. There we go. We're minus 90, but again, if we get this one, we'll be back in profit again. And here we go. That's a loss, though. That's a 35 black. So we will go from 100 to 110, and we'll switch to black, and then we'll check our balance again after this one. Ooh, that's a 00. That's not good. Okay, so we'll be on black still for 120 now. Let's go ahead and spin again, then we'll check our balance. Ooh, that's a 9 red. That's not good, so we'll switch back to red, and we'll be at 130. Just got to be patient, and we'll get some wins in a row here. We just got to get a color streak going before we cash out. That's a 22 black. And that's a loss, so we'll be at 140 now on black. Okay, And we still have plenty in the bankroll. Let's go ahead and spin and see if we can get a black number here. All right, that's a 17 black. So we'll go from 140 back to 130 on black. And let's see if we can get a black color streak going here. Here we go. That's a 20 black. That's a good start. So we'll go back to 120. And let's go ahead and spin at 120. Here we go. And that's a 24 black. Eventually you will get a color streak, and hopefully this is the start of a long one. And we're going to ride it out. So we're at 110 now on black. Ooh, just ended though. That's a 34 red. So we'll go back up to 120 and switch to red. And let's go ahead and spin, see if we can get some reds in a row now. And that's an 18 red, that's good. So we'll go from 120 to 110, back one after on every win. And here we go on red. You got to be patient with this one. And here we go. That's a 14 red, that's good. Okay, so we're going to go from 110 back to 100. Still on red, and here we go. This is the $1,000 bankroll version with $10 units starting at $60. And that's a 2 black, that's a loss. So we'll go back up to 110, and we will be on black. And let's spin, here we go. That's a 34 red, but make sure you hang in for the rest of the video. I've got some other systems to show you. I just want to get us back up in this one first. We're going to go from 110 to 120. After that loss, we're going up on losses 1 and down 1 on wins. And that's a 32 red. That's a win, so we'll go back to 110. And we're just being really patient and waiting for our moment to cash out. And here we go. That's a 19 red. That's a good one. Okay, so we're going to go from 110 back to 100 on red, and here we go. Come on, red. And we got it. That's a 21 red. So we were really patient, and we got up $80 with this one. I'm going to go ahead just so I can show you the different aspects of this. So we did $60 with a $1,000 bankroll on $10 units that time. If you only have $500, you would do the same thing but with $5 units, but you wouldn't start at, but remember there's a $25 table minimum bet, and which Carol sends in and many others send in as well. So we have to still keep that in mind. So what we're going to do, if you want a $500 bankroll with $5 units, you start at $30 and spend on, and then you go up and down $5. So you can still do $5 even with the $25 table minimum. So we lost that at 30. So then you'd go back to 25, but then we need to switch to $5 units. And like I said, this system doesn't work if you start at the bottom and have to work your end. If you win, you can't go down. So remember that, it's really important, because see, now we're losing. We need the ability to go down. So we're going to have, and we'll switch to black here, but we're going to switch to 20 because we're going to go down 1 on losses. I'm sorry, on wins, and that's a 20 black, and that's a win there. All right, so, and I might have went the wrong way on that one while I was talking. So anyway, so that last one was at 20. We'll go to 25, and we'll be on black. If you make a mistake when you're playing, just jump right back on board, and really important. So that's 5 red. And we lost at 25, so we'll go up to 30. And actually, let me check that one there. That's a 30 red. And actually, we should have won that one. I put it on the wrong color. Just while I was talking about that, I messed up again. So 30, so we're going to go up to 35, but we will be on red now. And sorry about that, guys. Talking and playing at the same time, occasionally I make mistakes. But again, you just jump right back on board. That's a 19 red. And that's a win at 35. So again, with wins on this, you go down, not losses. So we're going to go to 30 on red. and spin. Again, it's the same thing as before, but I have another system coming up you're going to want to see. I'm just showing you what you can do if you only have a $500 bankroll. There's a loss at 30, so we're going to go to 35 and spin. And so remember, it's $5 units. Start at 30 with the $500 bankroll with $5 units. $1,000 bankroll, you can use $10 units and start at 60, but you need to be able to go up and down. We lost at 35, so we'll be at 40 because now we're going in $5 units. And let's go ahead and spin here. Here we go. And that's a 36 red. And that's a loss at 40, so then you go up to 45. And you can tell this is, the bets are going up slower because we're doing 5s instead of 10s, which is why you can have a smaller bankroll. And that's a 16 red at 45. So with that win, we go back to 40. And let's go ahead and spin here. And then once I get done showing you this one, I will show you a different way to play as well with that same $25 table minimum. And that's a loss at 40, so we'll go to 45 and spin. With all these systems, you just have to be really patient though. And always remember that if you have bankroll and you're patient, a lot of times it'll come back. And that's a win at 45, so we're going to go to 40. And we're minus 30 right now, so let's get a few more wins. And that's a 7 red. That's a loss at 40, so we'd go to 45 and switch to red. And you don't have to play follow the winner. You can do opposites as well, or you can use play like a pro. Either way for the bet selection. The key is in the one up, one down. But remember, don't start at the bottom. And we're at minus 45 on that bet, so we're going to go to 50, and we'll be on black. Then we'll check our balance again. Here we go. But make sure you hang in there. I've got another system coming up here that you can use as well, Carol, and all of you others that have asked that question. There's a win at 50, so we go back to 45. And let's go ahead and spin here, see if we can go on another color run. And here we go. That's a 2 black. All right, so we're going to go back to 40 now. And let's go ahead and spin, get back in profit again. And that's a win. That's a 22 black. So then we'll go from 40 back to 35. And spin. Here we go. Okay, that's a 20 black. And we are going on a nice color run now. So we're going to go back to 30. And we're up 55. Again, you notice the profits aren't gaining as much because we're doing $5 instead of $10 units. But that's okay. I'm just showing you what you can do with a smaller bankroll with 500 instead of 1,000. We won at 30, so we're going to go to 25. We're up $85 now. And you definitely want to cash out after a long color run. And that's a 27 red. Okay, that's a loss. So we'd go back up to 30. Now we're on red, and let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. That's a 24 black. That's a loss, so we'd go up to 35 and we'll be on black. And here we go. Okay, that's a 17 black. That's a win, so we go back to 30 and we'll still be on black. We're up 65 right now, and let's spin. Okay, that's a 28 black. All right, so we're going to go from 30 back to 25, and we're up 95. Here we go. So if this is a $25 table minimum, we actually are going to have to stop at 25. So we finally got to 25. We'll have to stay there, but that's okay because the system is okay with that because we had to work our way all the way down, and now it's time to go back up again. So we're going to go from 25 to 30 and switch to red. But what you don't want to ever do is start at the bottom. So always make sure there's room to work your way down after wins. It's a 13 black. That's a loss. So we will switch and go to 35. And let's spin. All right, that's a 19 red. That's a loss. So we'll switch to 40 and it'll be on red. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. Okay, that's a 2 black. Okay, and that's a loss. So we'll go from 40 to 45 and switch to black. Again, playing Follow the Winner, and let's go ahead and spin. And that's a 7 red. That's a loss. So we'll go up to 50 and we'll be on red. And let's spin. We've had a bunch of losses in a row now. Let's see if we can get a bunch of wins. And that's a 2 black though. And that's another loss. So we'll switch back to black for 55. You can see the benefit of playing $5 units is it's not going up as fast. So that's always good as well. But just play at the level that you can afford to play at. There's a win at 55, so we'll go to 50. And let's go ahead and spin. This will get us back to all square, and then we can try making some profit. See if we can get a black number here. But we got a red one. That's 27 red. So we'll go back up to 55, and we'll be on red. Let's see if we can get a win on red and start a color streak. We did not. That's a black 4. So we'll go up to 60 on black. And remember, this is a $500 bankroll because we're just doing $5 units instead of 10. And that's a 31 black. That's a win at 60, so we'll go to 55. All right, and let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. That's a 6 black. That's a win. Okay, so we'll go to 50 on black. And this will get us back in profit again if we can win this one. And we lost it. That's a 9 red. And we're going to go from 50 to 40 on red. But make sure you hang in there. We're going to be patient on this one, but after this I'm going to show you a different system that makes money a lot faster that also starts at a higher level. So we lost at 40, so we're going to go to 45 and we'll be on red, the last color that hit, and let's see if we can get a color streak going. And that's a 12 red. That's a good start. So we'll go from 45 back to 40 and we'll be on red, and let's see if we can get back in profit again. Okay, that's a win. That's a 23 red. So now we'll go back to 35. And let's go ahead and spin at 35 on red. And here we go. All right, that's a 1 red. So we'll go back to 30. And spin. And let's see if we can keep this red streak going. And that's another red. That's an 18 red. So we'll go back to 25. That's the lowest we can go with this table minimum. And we're up 20. So here we go. That's a 15 black. So we will go from 25 up to 30. And spin. And here we go. Okay, that's a 20 black. That's a win. So we'll go back to 25. And if we get this one, we'll be back up 50. And we got it. So now I'm going to show you the next system. And you can see we did make money, and it was a little slower than you probably expected just because we had a lot of bad numbers. But now I'm going to show you a way to do the same thing but make more money. So now we're still going to stay on the color, and we're going to start at the same level as before, but we're going to go up different amounts. So we'll do $10 units again, but we'll start at 60. And just like before, but this one's going to be different. So let's go ahead and spin, and I'll share that with you as we go through here. Okay, it's a 28 black. Okay, so remember we still have $25 table minimums. We started at 60, and we won. So we're going to go back to 50, just like the other one, but there's going to be something that's different, which I'm going to show you here in a second. So now we have a $50 bet on black, and that's a loss. So here's the difference. The difference is if you want to make more money, you need to go up 2 units, so from 50 to 70 on red. And this will require a higher bankroll. So instead of 1,000, use 2,000. If that's too much, use a $200 bankroll with dollar units. That's a 2 black. So we'll go from 70 to 90 now, and we'll be on black. And let's spin. We're minus 10, and here we go. And that's a 17 black. Okay, so we'll go back 1 and not 2 like we went forward. So we'll go from 90 to 85, and we'll be on black. I'm sorry, from 90 to 80, because we're doing $10 units now. So let's go ahead and spin at 80 and see what we get here. That's a loss. That's a 7 red. So now we'll go up 2 units, which will be 80 to 100 on red. And you'll notice if you get wins, especially right after the first loss, if you get a win right after, you'll start making a lot more profit. And that's a 1 red. Okay, so we wanted 100, so we'll go back 1 to 90. You can see now we're already up $100. So you can see how much more money we're making by going up 2 on losses instead of 1, but we're still coming back just 1. And that's a 36 red. That's a win at 90, so now we'll go back to 80 and we'll be on red. And we're up $190. See how much quicker that's working? That's a lot more fun for me to play with this second way, but the first way is a little bit more conservative. Both of them will win you money though. That's a win at 80. We're going to go to 70. Remember, these are $10 units, and we started with 60, but we're going to go 2 up on losses instead of 1. Still 1 back on wins. That's a win at 70, so we'll go to 60. And look how we just turned things around. We're already up $340 now. So just by going 2 up instead of 1 up and still coming back down 1, you can really see the profits. And now we're going to go from 60 to 50, back a unit, and we're up $400 already. So pretty incredible. And that's a 23 red. That's what we want to see. So we'll go from 50 back to 40. And if you do work your way down to 25, which is the minimum, you know it's time to cash out. So there's a loss though. That's a 15 black. So again, when you lose, you go up 2. So we'll go from 40 to 60 and be on black. And we're up $410 now. See how much the profit levels have changed? It is a little bit more risk, but I think it's well worth it. And that's a 34 red. So we'll go from 60 to 80. And we'll be on red now, and let's spin. That's a 12 red. Okay, so we'll go back a unit from 80 to 70. And we're up $430. So see the difference? And I just prefer the second way just because I like making money a little bit faster than the 1 up, 1 down. But the 1 up, 1 down will definitely make you consistent money. You just have to be patient. And we lost at 70, so we'll go to 90. And you can play the 1 up, 1 down with a smaller bankroll also, and you can adjust those unit sizes as well. And that's a $90 win. So we're going to go from 90 to 80. But another thing to think about, and we're up $450 now. Another thing to think about is, though, you can do the 2 up, 1 down and just use smaller starting units if that's possible. But today, we're not talking about smaller, starting units. We're talking about table minimums that are 25 or higher. And doing this especially for Carol and all those people that have been asking about it, and they really deserve a good answer. So that was a loss at 80, so that means we'll be at 100. and we'll be on red. So let's do that. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. Okay, that's a 19 red. That's a good one. So we'll go from 100 back to 90, and we'll be on red. And anytime you're happy with profits, just cash out. We're up $470. So anytime is good for cashing out. But I'll show you a few more things with this one. That's a 35 black. That's a loss. We'll go from 90 to 110 on black. And we're up $380 right now. And let's spin. It's a 22 black. That's a good one. So we'll go from 110 back to 100. We'll be on black. And we're at 490. So if we get a win here, we'll be well over 500 in profit. Let's see if we can get a win. And that's a 25 red. We lost. So we'll go back a unit from, we'll go forward from 100 to up 2 units to 120. And there we go. All right, let's spin. So 2 up on losses, 1 down on wins. But remember, this is all about the $25 table minimum. You can't start at 25. We won at 120 there, so we're going to go back to 110. Remember, the rule is you cannot start at the bottom, because then when you win, you can't go down. And that's a 16 red. And then that also works well with, and we'll go to 100 now. It also works well with Carol's table minimum bets, and all the others that have commented on that as well. They play in casinos with $25 minimum bets, and this is something you can do. And we won 100 there, so we're going to go from 100 back to 90. Let's check our balance. It's got to be good. We're up $720 now. Wow. So 90 on red, and here we go. That's a 17 black. So we'll go from 90 to 110 on black and spin. Here we go. Well, let's see what we get. And that's an 8 black. That's a good one. So we'll go from 110 back to 100, and we'll still be on black. All right, we're up $740. Wow. Here we go. And that's a 29 black. Awesome. So we're going to go from 100 to 90. And we're up $840 now. Wow. And that's another win. That's a 35 black. We're on quite the roll. We're going to go from 90 to 80. And we're up $930. Wow. That's a 13 black. This is what we wanted. You want to cash out when this happens. We're going to ride her till she bucks us off. And we're up $1,010. Oh my goodness. This is just incredible. And that's another win. That's a 15 black. Wow. So we're going to go to 60. And when you play these systems with color streaks, eventually you're going to get a long one if you're patient. And we're still going with this one. Wow. So we're going to go from 60 to 50. We were patient. We're up $1,140. We were really patient with this one, and it's finally paying off for us. And there's a 0, and I think that's a good way to end this session. We rode her till she bucked us off, and we won $1,090 with this system. And remember, we started with the 1 up, 1 down with $60 starting bet, and we did 1 up, 1 down with a $1,000 bankroll. Then we tried the $500 bankroll starting at $30 with $5 units going up and down 1. And then I showed you this 2 up, 1 down follow the winner system that really made the majority of this money a lot quicker. And but it does require a larger bankroll of $2,000 instead of $1,000. However, remember, you can always have a $200 bankroll with dollar units. So it just depends where you're going to play. But again, today's video was about how to make money with betting at least $25 minimum. That Carol Tucker and all of those others that have requested videos like this. I hope that this really helps you. And man, I would use the last one that I just used, even though it's a little bit more risky. And truthfully, you can use that one. You can always just use smaller unit sizes. So technically, you could you could start at 60 and use $5 units up to back one as well. If you didn't want to risk as much, then you could probably play with $1,000 instead of a $2,000 bankroll if you do that. So if 2,000 is too much, you could do $5 units, start at 60, go up $10 when you lose, go back $5 when you win, and it would do the same thing for you with a smaller bankroll. And then for those of you low rollers, you can always use dollar units with a $200 bankroll, and that'll work as well. So again, $1,090 in profit, and man, that was a lot of fun. I hope you're enjoying the channel, and let's just keep this community growing, because we're just getting more and more great systems every day, and the more we build this community, the better ideas and better systems will come in every day. I just really appreciate you guys spending the time to test these with your simulators, and let me know your results. That's what it's all about, so that when we go to the casino, we've already tested it out and we feel comfortable, and we know what's good and bad things we can expect, best and worst case scenarios with each system. And I just really appreciate everyone's support of the channel, and I hope you guys are having a lot of fun and learning as well. Also, if you're a low roller, check out my new TikTok. I'm putting low roller strategies on TikTok, and welcome all of you that have come over from TikTok to YouTube, and that's fantastic. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. And if you go over to TikTok, please like, share, and follow there as well. Let's keep growing this community. And when you send your systems in, send them to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com, and let me know who you'd like your system to go up against in a head-to-head matchup. That's a lot of fun, and I hope you guys are really enjoying this. And like I said, the more we grow this community, the better systems are going to get emailed in every day, and it's going to be more fun to watch and try out these new strategies. So let's keep it rolling, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I hope you guys are too. This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.